Hey everyone, today it's 9:04 Tuesday morning, looking at the markets for potential entry. Today I'm looking at trade number 9 of the live trading challenge, where I'm risking $1,000 per trade. If you are just tuning in, make sure you check the playlist 20 trades. I am taking 20 trades live. You can see how I'm progressing throughout the entire series, and the purpose is just to help traders learn how to manage their trades and how to trade a strategy, doing it all live. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the great positive feedback I've been getting. It's been really good. So I'm looking at the CAD yen today. Let's take a look at what I'm looking at. So it's currently dropped very much. And as we know, markets always like to bounce. And so if we look at this particular trend here, you can see that it's moving down. And if I zoom out, we have a channel, right? And I love channels. I love bouncing off of channels, and we're bouncing off of this downward channel right here. And it's a big channel, because look at what I got here. So this is actually pretty cool in my opinion. We've got a nice channel here, and it's moving really in a decent order. And right now I'm thinking that we could get a pop right back up into this middle zone, 250 pips away. So that's what I'm going to be looking at right now. And so on the MACD, we're down a lot. And that's okay, because it's going to start slowing down. So let's take a look at the 4-hour. And the 4-hour already has started to slow down. And we see something that you'll notice here is that it broke this level. It broke this. You can see there's support, and now it popped up, and now it's coming back down to retest. So let's take a look at the hourly. Again, it's dropping down. It's coming back to retest. We just crossed over the MACD on the hourly, and then it got a little bit of resistance, and now it's coming. So what we might see is it might pop into this moving average and then pull back up. It very well could do that. And so it's going to take some patience here. This is counter trend. We want to give it some room. We want to be patient. Ideally, if I could get back down here and then see another pop, that's what I would be looking at, a perfect entry. On a specific, just 15-minute time frame, you can see we do have some support right here that has been tested 3 times. It resisted here, tested. And so again, if the market doesn't come back down, and I'm only looking for about a 68 pip drop, if it doesn't and I get some momentum to the upside here, I might just take this as a long without waiting for the retracement, because I could use this as a stop loss, and we're looking at a 41 pip stop, right? And so I'm just going to let this kind of sit for a minute while I think about it and think out loud. Hi, Molly and Mugada. Thanks for signing in. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Now, let's go ahead and jump over to my spreadsheet. There's a spreadsheet in the link in the description, and this is where I track all of the trades that I'm currently taking. Okay, and you can see here that it's on trade 9. You can actually click the link to look at it yourself, but I think everybody should have a spreadsheet like this. Oh, okay. So my last trade was the pound yen, and it was a great trade, and unfortunately for me, it retraced, and I ended up getting a $1,600 profit. Now, how is it unfortunate that I got $1,600? Well, I was targeting $5,700, so I made a lot less money than what I was expecting. The good news is that my total profit in 8 trades is $6,345, and my expectancy, which the definition of expectancy means $793. The definition means how much I'm expecting to make on every trade I take, and that's based off the last. My average loss is $1,000.63. My average win is $3,887. My risk to reward ratio is 3.66. My win rate is 38%. So right now, it's pretty good. I've won a total of 4 trades, and I've lost 5. I've lost 5. No. I've won 3 trades, and I've lost 5. And so that's where we're at right now in the challenge. I've got a total of 12 more to go. I can lose 6.3 trades in a row and still be at break even, which is good. I got 6 trades. So that means I have to at least win a couple, but I can lose 6 in a row, and that gives me a nice cushion to finish this challenge in the profit. So that's pretty nice. So let's take a look. Let's go back at the chart here, and I want to show you the pound yen trade that I took. So if you guys can go back to that video, you can go ahead and easily watch the video. But what I did was it stalled out here. You see these daily stalls, and I was expecting a drop. So I waited for the hourly to cross down on the MACD. And I waited for a cross below the moving average. So I entered the trade, believe it was right here, because you can see the cross, and we'll go back to the chart to get the exact point, or the video, because I took it live. And so it went from there, and it went all the way down 450 some pips. And if you remember where my target was actually right here. So it went right into my target, but there was a little bit, oh wait, no, was that my target? Yeah, actually, I think it was my target right up in here, 200 and some pips away. So what actually happened, though, is on my live analysis that I did with you guys on Friday, I had mentioned, so that we're going back to the hourly, so I entered here. I'd mentioned that I was up a decent amount and that I was locking in profit. And so what I did was I locked in profit, and then somewhere in here, I locked in 150 pips or so, and then it actually bounced up, hit my take profit, hit my stop loss, and then dropped another 300 pips. So it was really, let me zoom that up just a little bit. So it was really unfortunate for me, because as soon as it pulled back right here, it popped up just enough to hit my my stop loss, my trailing stop, and then it dropped 300 pips. So I actually ended up losing a potential of $4,000 by hitting this win. And so that, I've had other traders in this series say, oh, let's take profit, let's lock in profit. And I've had traders say that. And so I did, and it's good. And I'm not letting anyone lead me in this challenge. I'm doing it according to how I want. And I do lock in profits, so don't get me wrong. However, I'm just trying to explain the balance, the delicate balance of allowing a trade to go into your target and trailing it. Because if I would have actually had a little more discipline and waited, I would be up 6,000. I would have hit a $6,000 trade. And so if we look at this spreadsheet here, the difference on that would be pretty tremendous. It would be pretty tremendous. I'm going to type this over here so I don't forget. 1622.49. But let's just say I hit this 57. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. And you can see the difference. I would be up 10,000. My average win would be 5,200. My risk to reward ratio would be 4.96. It would be a whole nother ball game. And break even, I could lose 10 trades in a row, 10.5. So I'm still doing great, and I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying that if you can manage it, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance, and I'll take that, what I got. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's cool because it's live, and you guys get to see it, and you guys can do this kind of stuff too. So, again, please make sure you leave some comments and questions and anything. And thanks for responding. This is definitely was the pound yen is what I was looking at. That's what I took, but now I'm looking at the CAD yen. So we're getting a pullback I'm really looking for a positive move. The next time this thing bursts to the upside, I'm going to go ahead and take this trade. So watching it now, it's currently moving down, and the reason I'm doing that is because we popped above these moving averages. I'm looking for this to happen and to bounce up into this area. If you look at this now, again, about taking a huge reversal like this, sometimes these things, when the trend is really strong, they'll just continue right back in the direction of the trend, and the reversal won't take, and that's very possible. One of the things that I try to continually talk about when you're trading is that you don't really know what the market is going to do. You can never predict it. It actually is, the way I look at it is, once I enter a trade, I look at it as a 50-50. Once I enter the trade, I'm in that trade. I'm going to manage it as I have done my analysis. I'm going to follow my rules once I take the trade, because we never, ever can tell what happens in the markets. Never. But what we can do is manage our trade according to our plan and let the winners run long. Like, I would really like to point you guys back out to my first trade in this challenge, which was the euro dollar. And it's so fun to go back and to look at the video, because I had no idea what was going on when I took the trade. So you see right here, we're currently in this big up move, right? And I actually took this trade on a reversal, just like I did with, like I'm doing now with this CAD yen. The same thing, but it ended up going a lot further than what I expected, 680 pips. I had no idea it was going to go 680 pips. I had no clue, but it ended up being a great trade. I made $6,000, and then I got back in and did it again and made 3,000 something if we look at the spreadsheet. So it was almost a $10,000 move, and I had no idea what was going to happen. So it's the idea of letting the market, when it's moving strong, you let it do its thing. Most of the time, you'll get the ranging motion, the up and the down, but when it gets a move like that and you're on the right side of the trade, you let that thing do what it's got to do, right? And so that was a really great experience. It was good to see on the live channel, good to see a lot of people learning from it. And maybe the same thing will happen again with the CAD yen. Maybe it will drop and it will go straight down. It'll go straight down and I'll lose. That could happen. But I don't know what's going to happen because I can't predict the future. So that's pretty exciting stuff that we can work with on our trading. So what I want to do now is just take a look at that euro dollar a little bit and just see what we can see if this is ready for a reversal. So it's pulled back here, and we have a little bit of a level here now. And thanks, Mason. I didn't know what was going to happen. You never know when your next trade's going to be a great trade. You never know when your next bad trade's going to be a bad trade. So you just got to trade them all the same because you don't know. That's the key. Okay, so this is dropping and it's at resistance. Since we're really up right now, we've gone a big distance, the market could start to stabilize. The fear, the panic could start to stabilize a little bit. And as that happens, you're going to see traders want to take advantage of this reversal because everybody knows it's coming. The problem is timing it so it's just right. So we're watching this pullback. I would wait for this level to give way and then maybe take an entry on a break of this, or just watch that MACD. You can see that it dropped lower here. I love this Savvy MACD tool. It's free. It's in the link below, and you can get access to it. We created this tool. It's a lot better than your regular MACD you get on MT4. So we felt that it was a little short, so we gave everybody free access to it. Okay, so you can watch this, see how it pulled back here on the MACD. So we're starting to get a negative MACD. The last time it went negative, it didn't take. You can see it broke below this moving average, and it just shot right up. And again, that's going to happen. You're going to miss some of those, and that's okay. But then you're going to make the ones you make. You want to make sure you can ride it out and get good profit on. That's the whole point of this. So we're watching this. It's currently testing this level. It's testing this resistance. It's getting it. The bounce wasn't very strong. So if it continues to, we see some downward momentum on a 15-minute. If this green drops down and we get another strong break, definitely might be an entry here. If we took it right now, it'd be a 25 pip stop loss based off of this. And so where could we potentially see some targets? Let's draw a fib retracement. And it's currently at the 23.6. And so if we drop back down, let's say we took the entry now, we could get 150 pips. So let's just think about it like that. We do a 15 pip. Right now you got a 20 pip stop. And if we go back to the daily, we could get to 38.2. So 20 pip stop, 156 pip target. That's pretty good. And one of the ways I like to calculate my risk to reward is I just pull up my calculator and I say my stop loss, and then whatever risk to reward I want, I put the calculator. So 20 pip stop, I do times. So if I want a 4-to-1, I'll do 4. So 80 pips. If I want 5, 20 pip stop times 5 equals 100. So if I know that at least 100 pip stop would get me a nice 5-to-1 risk to reward, which is what I really try to get is the 5-to-1s. And those are hard to get. 10-to-1s are hard to get, but you're not ever going to achieve it if you don't try. Here's a little thing. Trading, like in life, should happen on purpose. You should plan things purposely and not expect anything to be an accident. A 5-to-1 trade should not happen on accident. It should be planned and shot for, like a target. Your standards in life are targets. And so we want to make these standards and targets that things we're going to go for. So that's that. We're going to go for our targets. We're going to try to hit them. And so I wrote down the CAD yen, but I'm also really interested in this euro. It's looking like a good setup as well. We could take a look here for the pound. The pound is also a nice channel. Take a look at this channel. I love these channels. And it's currently right at the top. Not a lot of MACD movement here, but if we go to a lower time frame, you can see that it's starting to drop on this 4-hour. We currently have a level here that we could look at that it might want to break down through. Let's look at a 15. The 15-minute is currently negative on the MACD and below. I'd like to see, what I really like to trade is when we get the cross of the moving average on a 15-minute. Let's see, on the 5-minute, it's moving up, but still below the moving averages. That's really what I like. Like, see how this is a crossing above. If it crosses above this moving average, the MACD is currently below, but we could get another pop to the upside. So I like this pound dollar trade. I think on the 4-hour it looks really good. The daily it looks really good. Not so much on a lower time frame because I like to get those really tight stops. If I was to take this on a daily, this is kind of nice looking, but the MACD is still a little bit on the negative. However, I'd probably want to go for a 100 pip stop, and so for my target, I'd have to go all the way down here, 399, 400 to get a 4-to-1. Still a really good trade, probably a very good high probability as well. If you wanted to do the ultimate high probability, you'd put your stop above here, which would take it to about 120 pips. So 120 pips, and then your target would be 399. Not quite as good of a risk to reward as what I usually take. So, if I'm only taking one trade a day, might as well take the best one that I can see on the risk to reward. This is a nice looking trade, but I'd have to be a little more patient to get the timing that I'm looking for. So again, I'm just holding off here, just kind of sharing what I'm thinking until I can get a good entry. either on this CAD yen or pound, or CAD yen or euro dollar. So right now I'm looking at the euro dollar. Hi, Andreas. MACD settings are actually just the default settings of the free indicator, which is in the description. I don't even really know what they are, but I do know that it works pretty well and it's really nice. And I'll just pull this up here. What's really cool about this MACD is there's a lot of little bonuses to it. We basically created a full trading tool. So a regular MACD, I could pull that up too, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. The regular MACD is just horrible. If we look at this, look at the regular MACD. It's just got colors and a line, right? That's all it is. It's just colors and a line. Very, very ugly. And it still works, so don't get me wrong, it still works. But we just added some stuff. We added the divergence. So you see these lines here, this will find a divergence. Divergences are very useful because you can find when a market is getting more tired. And so just to let you know a definition of divergence for those of you that haven't learned that yet, what it means is when the price hits a high on the price, but then the MACD doesn't. So let me give you an example. See here, this price went up, but then what happened? It hit a new high. But look what happened to the MACD. The MACD did not hit a new high. And so that means divergence. And what that usually indicates is that the market is trying to turn around. And as you can see here, it's turning around here. It's getting tired. It's starting to get a little slower. And the divergence called that. Do I know that divergence is going to work every time? Of course not. Sometimes you get divergence and the market keeps going. Divergence is not a magic bullet, just like any of these indicators that I have are not magic bullets. It's just a tool. And by the way, if you've enjoyed today's training at all, if you have learned something, or if you like my indicator, you like this challenge, please hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification so you can be notified of when the next one comes. So it'll pop up in your notification. If you subscribe and hit that bell, what happens is it'll notify you when I go live. Usually it's in the mornings while I'm doing this 20 trade challenge. So that would be helpful to me and helpful to you if you'd hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified. Okay, anyways, talking about this, the other thing that's really nice about this MACD is we have some decent colors, which is not really critical, but it's at least looks good. But there's different momentum here. It shows when it gets darker and lighter, and it's got arrows when it's starting to lose momentum. You get the down arrows, and when the momentum starts to go the other way, you get the green arrows, as well as a little black dot here, which indicates the peaks. And then additionally, it will tell you the distance on the peak, from peak to valley. So this move here was 769 points. The up move was 401 points. So you can see which moves are getting stronger and weaker. And that's important so you can calculate momentum. So let me give you an example. This green peak here was 1737, okay? And then this one was 929. And then it was 401. So what is that telling me? That's telling me that the strength of these moves on the MACD is getting smaller, which is a consolidation signal, which is also telling me that the market is trying to reverse on us. We're trying to get a reversal, okay? And so with that being said, it's a clue. Again, we don't know what's going to happen in the markets, but it will give us clues to help us make better decisions. And that's why I keep the spreadsheet, is because I want to make better decisions. I want to be able to analyze my data and make better decisions. So right now, this euro's looking like I want to take this. It's dropping below. We got a nice strong candle. I'm just going to wait a little bit more. The CAD yen is still waiting on it. So right now I'm looking a little more interested in this euro dollar. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I calculate the trade. So this is CAD yen. it was 9.59. So you just do this Euro USD pip cost, and it's $10. Usually it comes up a nice little chart. I don't know where the chart went. I guess it depends on Google. But you can also go to this calculator too. So if I type in euro dollar, and I'll add this into the description too. You just Google Forex time pip value calculator. It works pretty good. Euro USD, come on. There it is. Okay, so we go trade lot, one lot, $10. So I know that it's $10 a pip. So now if I go back to the chart, it's $10 a pip. I'll calculate the pips. Okay, so if I want my stop loss to be up here and the current price is 19 pips, so that means my stop loss at one lot is 10 times 19. So what would the value be of this trade? Well, the 10, so we go 19 pips times 10 equals $190. Okay, that's $190. Well, what did I want to risk? Well, this challenge has been $1,000 in every trade. So I know that I need to risk more than one lot. So we know it's $10 a pip for one lot, but two is $20. So $20 times 19 is 380. So it's going to be even bigger, more than two lots. 5. Let's do 5 times 5 would be $50 a pip times 20 pips equals $1,000. So we're going to go with 5 lots. But here's the other thing we got to remember is we have to calculate our commission and spread into that. Okay, so you have to calculate the commission and the spread. People forget to do that, but you know what? The small things matter. The small things matter in trading. So if I just went for 5 lots and I didn't calculate the spread, well then my loss would be an extra, if it's $5 a pip and the spread is half a pip, my loss would be, well, times 5. 5 times 5 is an extra $25. Right, and then my commission, the commission's another $25, so it would be a $50. So I need to make sure that I take $50 off of this, so that I can calculate properly the proper way. And so that's what I'm looking at for this CAD yen, or for the euro. And now the CAD yen, I'm popping back up here. We're getting this momentum. It's looking like it wants to break up. Let's look at. But again, we don't really know what's going to happen. I'm just looking for clues. 5 minute is down. It's starting to point. I need a little bit more upward momentum to go ahead and take this trade, and I need a little bit more downward momentum to take this one. So either way, I'm just waiting a little bit and training and teaching while I wait. One of the things that's kind of funny is I was actually expecting these videos not to be long, these live trainings. I should have known better. I was thinking, oh, I'll only pop in 5 minutes when I'm ready to take a trade. But the problem is I want to get the timing just right. And so I'm actually now having to do a lot longer video while I've been waiting for these trades to develop. It's been taking a little bit longer than what I've been hoping for. But that's okay, because I've really got nothing better to do anyways. And hopefully it's getting a lot of value for you guys while I'm learning. Okay. All right, so it popped in. This is actually right where I want to get in right now. It's showing some good movement. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and take this. The CAD yen is actually really good too. So I'm actually going to do 2 trades in one. Let's do the euro since I already calculated the risk, and I'm going to go with a 4 lots. And it's going to be a little bit less than 1,000, but that's okay. So I'm going to do the 4 lots. And the risk is going to be about 24 pips at $972. So let's go ahead and put my target. I want to do the 38.2. And the target's 5,700. Okay, so we got 5,700 and 900 risk. So let's go ahead and calculate the CAD yen. And you remember I had that pip cost up on the Google as well. I do your Cadjpy. Pip value, and it's 9.59. So let's pull the calculator up, and we got that. So it's 9.59. And how many stops? How big is the stop loss going to be? Let's go back. Stop loss is going to be a little bit bigger. So it's 55 pips. So the stop loss will be 55 times 55 equals $527. So this situation, I'm only going to do 1.75. So we do 9.59 times 1.75 equals 100 equals 16 times 2 times, what did I say the stop was again? 57 times 57 equals 9. Okay, so we'll do that. So we're going to go with 1.5. 1.5. And so I'm going to buy that. So there we have it. So I bought that, and it's a little bit lighter than what I was thinking. That's okay. 868 risk. And let's go back up and pull up the target. We're going to go all the way up here. And so we're looking at $3,180. So my risk was 860, and then we'll times 3 equals 251. So it's more than a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And then the euro is more than a 5-to-1. So I've got 2 trades on. This was actually going to be trade 9, the first time I actually did 2 trades at once. And again, guys, remember, this is just educational purposes. Both of these trades could be big old fat losers, right? This is all education only. I'm not wanting you guys to follow me and take my trades. What I'm trying to do is to teach you. This is educational purposes only. This is not trade call recommendations. I'm just trying to teach what I've learned. That's all I'm trying to do here so that you can help on your own. Okay, again, if this was thankful or interesting, helpful, useful, please like it right now and share that. Share it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when the next time I do it. I'm probably going to do another one tomorrow morning. I don't know when. It's going to be anywhere between the 6:30 a.m. to the 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, well, that's it, everyone, and have a great day. Thank you.